Hi guys, it's Allie with Chaos Monkey. I am doing a review on Knit Companion, which is a software for reading patterns. I really enjoyed using it. I'm going to go ahead. It's on iOS, which is Apple, and also on Android. I'm going to go ahead and open her up. I apologize for any glare ahead of time. This is kind of hard to film off of another device, but I wanted to give you the overview of what's available for the software. Now, this isn't going to be a tutorial or anything because there are tutorials available. In fact, Very Pink Knits has done some tutorials on Knit Companion, and so they also have it on their site for Knit Companion. So I apologize ahead of time for any blurriness or any glare just because of the nature of trying to film off of a device. But basically, you open it up, and you have all of these options on the sides. I'm hoping my camera will cooperate, even with the glare. And you have, I don't even think it knows what to focus on. You have projects, PDFs, designs, upgrade, and settings on the side. And then at the top, you have local, Ravelry, and Dropbox. And so, and I've tried to film this a couple of times, you guys, so hopefully this time it works out. I tried to film it a couple of times last week, but neither here nor there. So what I love about it, first of all, is that you can download your entire Ravelry library to Knit Companion. So these are all the patterns that I have bought or got for free or any of that on my Ravelry account. So I love that. I love having access to your patterns. And then all you have to do is once you have it loaded from your Ravelry account, you just tap it. And of course, if you've got multiple versions of the pattern, you have to pick the one you want. And it will load it, and then it will be in your PDFs over here. Or sorry, yeah, it will be in your PDFs. And you can see that at that point, why do I have so many in here? Oh, sorry, I need to be in local for PDFs. Once you go to local, there it is, right here. So now I can open it and mess with it and all of that, and adjust it, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. So it's now saved off my Ravelry library up here to my local storage on my device. And it also has Dropbox, which I haven't used, but if you have a pattern that's Dropbox, you can definitely download from there. And so on the side, you have your projects, you have your PDFs, and and then designs. And the designs is actually from Create to Thrive. That's where they usually get stored. And we'll get into that later, but these patterns, that's why there's a whole separate area for them. These patterns are actually on Knit Companion's website, Create to Thrive, and they've actually added things to the patterns to make them even better. And then of course here, this is, if you've got a free version, this is where you can upgrade, but I wanted to show you guys what the options were. Again, sorry for any glare. Here's what's available for Knit Companion. So you have KC Basics, KC Essentials, well I should just say Essentials, and then Setup and Essentials. Those are the three versions you can have on, you can get. KC Basics is free. Essentials is $9.99 a year, and Setup and Essentials is $19.99 a year. So you can see everything that is provided under each version. Stephanie contacted me in March to see if I wanted to try this out. And of course they gave me the Setup and Essentials so I could see all of the stuff that was available. And to be honest, I've only used maybe one of those because this is like some really amazing advanced stuff and I just haven't had an opportunity to use it yet. There's all kinds of awesome stuff. I think I've used Scribble. A lot. But then anyway, you can see I won't read over all of it, but there is some amazing stuff that you can get. And so KC Basics is free. It provides all the basic features that you can use for all of your patterns. And you can also use the KC Designs patterns. And then it tells you what's in Essentials and then so just to give you a heads up, those are with the three. And so, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to go to my projects. So when you start a project and you name it, and when you name it, it goes to your projects. So these are all the projects that I'm currently working on. I can't really show too much of any of these because they're paid for patterns, but I can show you some of the stuff I've used on Find Your Fate, and you can see the layout here. You can see at the top, it's all the pages of the pattern. You can see here there's a bar that goes this way and a bar that goes this way, so you can mark your place. And then this is just the basics of, there's nothing given away in the pattern, it's just yardage. But you can see here I circled some things because you can write and erase on your patterns, and it remembers everything on every single page. And I'll just take all of that off. And you can see here, like, you have like a pencil, you have a marker, you have a wide tip marker, and you can see you can do anything you want to mark your pattern, to circle sizes. If you can also undo it just with an undo. I don't know if you guys saw that. Hold on, it's down here. I'm not even showing you. For instance, you can pick your colors. Remember, I have the big version, so not everything may be available on the free version, but I know a lot of it is. But you can see here, you can pick how the opacity, you can pick the thickness of the line, you can pick it in pencil or marker. You can also highlight, but you don't highlight from here. Okay guys, so I'm sorry about the choppy editing in this video, but I lost some footage and there was some other issues. But what I wanted to show you is, like, when you go into the pattern, there's some of the things you can do. So, like, for instance, if I go into, let's just go into my pattern so I don't have to worry about giving anything away. Let's say we just want to highlight something. So all you have to do is you just have to go up here to hit edit, and then you'll get a whole other variety of stuff on your bar open. So as you can see, there's a lot of good stuff open. So this one is for highlighting, this one is for adding a note, this one is for your bars, you know, the whatchamacalls them, the bars that go this way and this way. You can change those. This is for your stitch markers. This is to link your stitch markers. This is for some stuff you can do with the chart pieces. I mean, it gets crazy complicated what you can do, and it's awesome. But I just wanted to show you how easy it was to highlight, like if you just wanted to highlight a part of your pattern. So you can see down here below, if I go a little closer, once you hit that highlight button right here, after you hit edit, you have to hit edit, then the highlight, then it'll say down here, hey, you know, tap this, and then tap wherever you want on the piece, on the pattern, and then you can do whatever you want to highlight. And then when you're done, all you do is hit edit again, or sorry, you get out of edit, hit your knit, and it stays there. So, and then the bars that I meant were these, the markers. You can change those with, if you hit edit and you go here, you can change the colors, the width, at least in my version, because keep in mind I have the higher version. So let me try to see if I can get maybe this. But anyway, yeah, so I just wanted to show you that you can adjust so many things on the edges for editing, like anything on there. So if I hit knit, and you can see, of course, if I change pages and I go back, of course my highlight is there. But let's say I want to add a note. You can also add notes to the bottom, and you can do, see how it kicked up my keyboard? You can type in notes, just overall pattern notes at the bottom if you want, and save them there, but you can also put them in the pattern itself. So like if I hit edit, and then I hit this little guy here, and then I say, well, okay, I want to put a note here. So what I do is I hit plus, push where I want that note. Oops, I didn't hit my plus. Tap, pop up. Okay, so I wasn't hitting it. So when I finally hit it, it was pop up or text. So you have the option of doing a pop up, which looks like that, and then you can add the text in. So let's say right here, I'm going to say this is a pop up, and then you just hit edit, or sorry, get out of edit, hit knit, and then when you go like that, you can see all of your notes if you don't want to mark them all over the pattern, or if you don't want to read them at the bottom. you can just add them that way. And then another thing you can do is just put the note directly in. If you hit edit, sorry, my fingers, it's like I'm so cold, it's like not registering me. And you hit the same thing, and then when it gives you the choice of doing a pop-up or text, you just hit text, and then you can put it right there, and then type in note. And then you can just leave it there, or move it around. Like if you want to move it wherever you want on the page, you can probably change the text color and all kinds of good stuff. And then boom, your note's there. So, you know, when you get out of edit, it stays there. So all of your notes can be on the side, all of your highlighting, everything. So it does so many amazing things that, again, this isn't a tutorial. This is just to kind of give you an idea of what's possible when you're using Knit Companion. You know, it's tons of fun. I really enjoy using it, and I only use it. This is the only thing I use now. I went from completely using paper, which I may have mentioned before, but I'll say it again. I went from using nothing but paper patterns and not printing the pictures because to save ink, to solely using Knit Companion. Because now I get my pictures, I can enlarge them, I can do everything I need to do in here. All my notes are here, everything is here. I was practicing on this one too for highlighting and for pop-up notes. You know, it's just, there's so many amazing things you can do. And like for here, when I just colored in on this section, I showed that before, but you know, you can erase it, you can recolor it, you can do it probably nicer than I did. I just used the scribble tool to do that. And I used the scribble tool just for a quick note too, but I'm sure there's a million other things that I haven't even touched on yet that you can use. So the other thing I wanted to bring up was any PDF will work in here. So, you know, knit, crochet patterns, it doesn't matter. If it's a PDF, this will work. You can use all the same tools. But the other doohickey bob here is that, now keep in mind, you can use any PDF on Knit Companion. You do not have to buy these special patterns. So I just want to let you know that. But if you go in, actually if I hit upgrade, I think it's the quickest way to get to the website. When you go to the shop, there we go. When you go to the shop, you'll see that there are tutorials. So if you buy Knit Companion or you have an advanced version of Knit Companion and you don't know all the tools or how to use them, they do offer classes. They have intermediate, beginning, class bundles, you name it. But you'll see a lot of patterns that you recognize. But you'll see that they cost a little more. And the reason why is because they've added all of the extra doodads to these to make them even easier to use. So all the things you can do in the settings, and like, see my version. In my version where I've got the version that does everything, you can do all of the things they've set up in these, but they've done it for you. So if you want to use the free version of Knit Companion, but you want to have the fancy tools already set up for you, you can buy one of these advanced patterns and it will have all of the extra tools in it that maybe you didn't have on your free version of Knit Companion. So it's just kind of they put the extra work in to add all of the extra goodies into the pattern, so they charge a little more, but they do give 110% of that price to the designer. So if you're worried about that, it does go to the designer. And you can look up for all of that information. Like if you say here about KC Designs, if they could probably explain it better than I can, but there's a full video here to explain what they do and why they do it.
Knit Companion helps you knit more and frog less. KC Designs are patterns already formatted with Knit Companion's advanced features, such as one-tap markers, voice control, reminders, shaping, and more. They support all the sizes and options provided by the designer. With KC Designs, you can skip the setup and just knit. There are over 1,000 available from our shop at createtothrive.com, and our shop is linked to Ravelry, so you don't have to purchase the pattern twice. Any patterns you do purchase are added to your Ravelry library and the designer receives 110% of the pattern purchase. Let's take a look. From the home page, tap Casey Designs on the right side.
I won't make you guys watch the whole thing, but I just wanted you to kind of get their explanation for the pattern prices. So I did buy one to kind of show you guys. So if we go back to mine, this one I already started and named. This was a Barbara Benson pattern, so I don't want to show too much of it because it is a paid-for pattern. But I wanted to show you, and then it has all the extra goodies already set up in it. So for instance, because I don't know how to use every single tool on here, you'll see that they've already set it up. They've put a pop-up note in there to let you know if you have any problems, who to contact. And they've divided the pattern up into sections. And down here, which I don't think I mentioned, is you can set your keys to save a certain part of the pattern so that no matter what page you're on, you have access to this. And they do it all for you. So for instance, on any page I'm on, if I use this key, it shows me all the abbreviations. So I don't have to flip back and forth to pages. But then to show you really quickly on Barbara's chart, this is a fairly simple chart, so I don't think I'm giving away too much, but here you can see that on each section of that chart, they will give you the written version of the chart down below. So they just set it up for you. But since this is a paid-for pattern, I didn't want to give too much away. But you can see that here is also a microphone. If you hit that microphone, you can see here that there is commands, and you can voice command it as well on these advanced patterns. So you can actually tell it next, and it will go to the next. See? Back, and it will go back. So I just wanted to kind of show you that quickly, is that there's so much in here that I can't even cover it. And, you know, I've had to film this video so many times because I had camera issues, and I had other issues, and I had computer issues, and it goes on and on and on. Dog ate my homework. But I really wanted to make sure that I got this out here and at least showed as much as I've been using with you guys, so you can check it out for yourselves and do the free version to at least test it out and see if you like it, and then maybe do a paid version to get even extra goodies on there. So I love it. I've been using it since March. I now can't live without it, so I use it every single day. I do not carry paper patterns around anymore. I love having everything here. I love not forgetting what I have because I can review quickly. And it's from everywhere because Ravelry is fantastic, but I have a lot of patterns that aren't Ravelry, and it's nice to put them all together. So again, since I filmed the first part, and excuse the editing if it's choppy, but again, I have blueprint patterns, I have nitpick patterns, I have books from nitpicks. In here, I have Mary Maxim patterns, I have sewing patterns, just like I said, any PDF will work. And then I also bought a pattern package from Marley Bird, and again, it's all here. So yeah, it's amazing. I really enjoy using it. I really suggest you check it out. Again, I'll have a link down below. And any questions and all of that, I would go to the website because they've done a really good job on the website to cover as much of, as many as your questions as possible. So anyway, I'm done gushing. I just want to thank Stephanie for at Stitchcraft Marketing for letting me try out the super fancy version. Again, I didn't do it justice since March. You know what I mean? I just jumped in, started using it, and just stopped using paper and started using just Knit Companion, and I'm still learning all the tools, so I barely touched a tenth of the tools that were available for me to use. So I just want to, tell you guys about it, let you know how much I love it, see if you guys want to try it yourselves. Any additional questions, go to her website. They have everything covered. And, especially around the holidays, if you guys, have knitting friends that maybe don't use it, or maybe use their device for reading patterns, but maybe don't use Knit Companion, buy them a subscription, or give them the free version and say, hey, do you like this, All right, you guys, hopefully I can finally finish editing this and getting it up. It's just been one of those, actually 2 of those months lately. I hope everybody is doing well. and I will talk to you later.